Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of your Monday Mojo. It is absolutely a gorgeous day outside, so I wanted to check in with you and have a little conversation before I head out for a beautiful walk in my neighborhood. So, last week we talked about Marshall Goldsmith's book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There, which essentially is for very successful leaders who want to grow even more so in their leadership. And in the book, he talks about 20 habits that can really derail us as leaders. Last time we talked about the first habit, which is wanting to win too much, right? And with any of these habits, the key is really to be aware that we're doing these things because we're so used to doing things in a certain way, which have helped us become successful and get to where we are. But how are we going to get to that next level? The only way to do that is to be aware as a leader and understand what our people need from us and the kinds of leaders that we really need to become in order to get to that next level. So today we're going to talk about one of the habits that's an offshoot of winning too much. This one is adding too much value. So as leaders, again, we have a lot of knowledge, we have a lot of experience that we want to be able to share with others, or sometimes we just think we know it all or do it better, right? So we need to relax that tendency a little bit. One scenario in this is that if you're the leader and one of your subordinates or team members or colleagues comes to you with a great idea that they want to share and maybe get validated, we end up doing something like, hey, that's a great idea, but you know what's going to make it better is if you do this, right? So we automatically are adding our value to it instead of just simply saying, what a fantastic idea. What do you think you need to do to get that off the ground? Or what's your next step, right? So adding too much value can look and feel like either the idea that there is a better way, and let me tell you what that better way is, or that I already know this, so why are you sharing this with me? In that sense, it could feel a little condescending. And over time, if we continue this pattern of squandering people's ideas or adding our 2 cents to every single idea, then eventually these individuals are going to lose their motivation and not really want to share or contribute too much any longer. And that is the absolute opposite of what we need from high producing teams. So Marshall tells us that in scenarios like this, where this happens, that perhaps we're adding about 5% value to someone's idea, but what we're really doing is reducing their motivation to go ahead and move forward with this idea by 50%, right? So we want to get out of these individuals' way and really learn how to sit back, listen to people's ideas, find something to validate about those ideas, and then maybe ask some open-ended questions to get them to think a little more deeply about them or understand what that next step should be. And one of those questions could definitely be, who else could you talk to in the organization that could help you get this idea off the ground, right? Instead of feeling like we have to, bring in all of our knowledge and expertise into the idea and water down that person's idea. In a team environment, as leaders, we also need to be very cognizant of this happening. I remember back in one of my leadership positions, we had a vibrant young team of highly motivated individuals with great ideas. And sometimes these meetings would turn into battles, right? Again, whose idea is going to win? And with every person sharing an idea, someone else would just add on something to it. And by the time, if it were me sharing my idea and everyone saying, but what do you do this instead? Or let's do this instead. Or I want to do this. Let me help you. By the end of the meeting, my idea would no longer be mine, right? And as we all know, in successful organizations, we need to give individuals their little piece of the puzzle, a little bit of ownership in order for their motivation to continue to increase and add value to that organization. Okay, so hope this made sense. I hope that this was a valuable nugget of information for today. Perhaps this week consider where you as an individual or a leader are adding too much value to a conversation, to someone's idea, instead of perhaps just sitting back and listening a little bit more intently and not always feeling like we have to say something, right? And in fact, what we know is that as leaders, we could be more impactful when what we do say we know is going to make a difference and contribute to the conversation instead of just be chatter that just, adds on and doesn't really add value at the end of the day. So we want to add value, but we don't want to add too much value. And as leaders, we want to make sure that we coach our team members through that as well, so that they're not feeling like they're always competing with each other for that winning idea. We need to give everyone room to shine and to own their ideas and take them and run with them. So have a fantastic Monday. I'm going to go on my walk and I will catch you next week. Bye-bye.